Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 127 of the regular season. Astros win 6-5 over the Kansas City Royals in a game that was very, 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 very odd. This game was a roller coaster, start to finish. It was just straight up weird. There's no other way to put it. So, I'm going to go to bat for Lance McCullers in a minute, because that's what we do here. Call me a Lance McCullers stan all you want. I'm gonna go to bat for him because that's simply what I like to do on this channel. Anyway, so how do we get to the final score, right? Because this game was madness. Pretty quiet for the first little bit. Lance was rolling. Mike Minor was also doing pretty well until the third inning, where Martin Maldonado got a hold of one, puts it into the Crawford boxes, home run, gone, goodbye. His 10th of the year, made it 1-0. Martin Maldonado had a couple of really good, well-struck balls today. That was one of them. There was another one that was a fly out right near the warning track. I thought he had a pretty nice day. He also was pretty good defensively. A couple of really nice caught stealings. Then, a little bit later, fourth inning, Salvador Perez hit a home run. So, both catchers doing damage, except Salvador Perez wasn't a catcher today, but whatever. He would homer to tie it at 1. Okay, it's fine. Then, in the fourth, Yordan Alvarez hits a home run. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm pretty sure this Yordan Alvarez guy is pretty good at the whole baseball thing. I know that's a hot take. I know that's bold. I don't know. I'm thinking this Yordan guy, I think he knows what he's doing. Another home run. Yordan Alvarez, his 26th of the year. I believe now tying Jose Altuve for the team lead. Yordan Alvarez, just a monster. He is just clobbering baseballs this season. Love to see it. Love to see that out of Yordan. Then, a little bit later, in the 6th, Alex Bregman, who made his triumphant return today to the starting lineup, did damage today. Had an incredible play in the first inning, dive and stop, and then a beautiful throw over to Yuli. So he had a pretty nice day overall. Then, in the 6th, he would double to score Yuli to make it a 3-1 Astros lead. And at that point, you gotta feel pretty confident. And then, the 7th inning happened. Time to go to bat for Lance McCullers Jr. Lance McCullers this season has trouble getting past the 6th inning. He can pitch well to the 6th, but then usually after that it gets pretty darn dicey. 7th innings for him, 8th innings for him, 9th innings. Has he even made to the 9th inning this season? I'm not sure. Usually those innings are when it gets a pretty sketchy for Lance McCullers Jr., and especially when he gets high in the pitch count. I believe he had 95 pitches entering, or around 90, entering the 7th inning. So, logic would dictate, don't put him back out there. Right? We have recently been pulling Greinke a little bit early because you want to make sure that he's ready for the postseason. I understand that Lance is much younger than Zach Greinke. I get that. But he is also a better pitcher than Zach Greinke at this point in time. So, maybe also keep an eye out on Lance McCullers Jr., who has relatively recently had a massive issue. He had Tommy John surgery just a couple of years ago. I don't see the need to push him. They send him back out for the 7th, gets a couple of outs, right? You're rolling, you're good, you're in control, right? We're good. Allows a single to Michael A. Taylor. All right, that's not great. Mound visit, then he walks 2 batters. And I saw so many people complaining about this, right? There were so many people that were just dumping on Lance McCullers Jr., because he walked the 8th and 9th batter in the lineup. Those should be automatic runs. How could he walk the 8th and 9th hitter? First off, they're still hitters. These are still professionals at the major league level. Don't act like any out is an easy out. Like, these are still good players. Second off, these weren't 4-pitch walks. These were absolute battles. I believe both of them went either 8 or 9 pitches in each at bat. So these weren't just ball 1, ball 2, strike 1, ball 3, ball 4. Like, these weren't bad at bats or bad at bats for Lance McCullers. These were grueling battles that they were just winning, and sometimes getting kind of lucky with the borderline calls, which has been a theme recently for the Astros. Like, don't give me that of like he can't walk those guys. Come on, really? Like, don't give me that. Also, here's a neat little thing, since you want to talk about the 8th and 9th hitters. The Astros today had 5 hits out of their 7th, 8th, and 9th hitter, including a home run out of their 9th hitter. So, there's that, and I know you probably want to say, well, Weston, that's a little bit different. The Astros are a fantastic team that's going to go for a World Series, whereas the Royals are a bottom feeder, and I would say, that's not the point! My point is, it really bugged me how much people were just dunking on Lance for that. Like, yeah, it sucks. They weren't give up at bats for Lance McCullers. Like, he was still doing what he could do. Then, you bring in Christian Javier. Now, I have said a lot of nice things about Christian Javier. There are some things that I politely overlook with Christian Javier. Mostly his FIP. If you're not understanding what I mean, you should go on Baseball Reference and look up Christian Javier's FIP, because it is pretty darn high. And usually, with Christian Javier, you don't want to put him in dirty innings. You have Kendall Graveman, who clearly was ready. You have Ryan Presley, who clearly was ready. Why not one of those guys? Why Christian Javier in a dirty inning? You need one out. I would have way preferred to have just put Kendall Graveman in here, have him get an out in the 7th, and then go through the 8th. He's done that a lot recently, where he's gone more than one inning in the setup role. Why not have Kendall Graveman pitch? They didn't. Christian Javier comes in. First pitch to Whit Merrifield. Gone. Grand slam. They take the lead 5-3. And that was just... It was a nightmare situation at that point. And you kind of imagine it's over. Lance was fuming. He stormed into the clubhouse, and I don't really blame him. He should not have been sent out for the 7th inning. You just shouldn't have been sent out there for that. People were making the joke of like, oh, how are Astros fans going to put this on Dusty Baker? And it's like, because he's the manager and he should know that. That's not... There's no mental gymnastics to say, yeah, Dusty should not have sent him out there for the 7th inning. That hasn't worked this season at all. Don't expect things that are clearly not going to happen. Now, by the grace of God, the Astros would rally back. Bottom half of the 7th, Aledmys Diaz with a line drive single that would score Jake Myers. Great. Magnificent, right? Make it a 5-4 game. Then in the 8th, Michael Brantley, professional hitter, pinch hitting, RBI single, scores Carlos Correa, makes it a 5-5 game. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole, by the way, really quickly, and talk about the Correa comment that surfaced today. Because... actually, I'm going to wait till the end of the video, and I'll do that. So that happened in the 8th. Presley pitched a really good 9th, kept the game within reach. The Astros wouldn't do anything in the bottom half of the 9th. Kendall Graveman came on to pitch the 10th. He did magnificent. Win an inning, got a strikeout. He's great. Astros got to find a way to re-sign this guy. And then in the bottom of the 10th, the Astros would finally end it. Kyle Tucker with a line drive single to put runners at the corners. He would then steal second, which at first doesn't make much sense, but then you think, yeah, but if you get a pop out to an infielder and then a ground out, doesn't score it. So pretty good idea by Kyle Tucker there. Then Jake Myers, RBI ground out to the pitcher. I don't know why the pitcher didn't just throw home. I don't get why he threw to the first baseman. But Jake Myers, his first walk-off of his major league career. Granted, it's a ground out, but I don't think he nor the Astros care because they get the win 6-5. Pitching lines overall for today. Not too shabby. Lance McCullers, 6 2/3. Again, 4 runs. Should have been 1. Yeah. It's infuriating. 7 strikeouts. It was a rough day, but I really wish we hadn't put him out there. We got to stop sending him out there for more innings than he should be out there for. Christian Javier did good after the grand slam. Got a pair of strikeouts in the next inning, or a strikeout in the next inning, so he did fine. Ryan Presley, magnificent. Ryan Presley keeps on rolling. Kendall Graveman, just chef's kiss. Picked up his 5th win of the year. He's 5-0. Not that pitching records mean much, but, that's pretty slick. He got a strikeout in the 10th. Great inning. Offensively today, Diaz had a hit. That's a positive. Yordan had a pair of hits. Yordan Alvarez, man. Freaking awesome, that guy. Bregman had a pair of hits in his return, so that was fantastic to see. Quad doesn't seem to be bothering him. He was running pretty darn well. Kyle Tucker had a pair of hits. Jake Myers had a pair of hits in the RBI ground-out walk-off. That was a mouthful. Martín Maldonado had a home run. It was a good day for the Astros overall. 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position isn't great, but it's okay. It's The freaking 11 left on base is a bit of a rough number, but we're just going to overlook that because the Astros get the win. Now, I want to talk briefly about the Correa comments because they were taken completely out of context. Everyone's probably seen those comments at this point where he said, "This is my last season." or he said, my last season with the Astros, I'd love to win it again so I can leave him with 2 rings. When you cut out the first part of a sentence, you can really make it look different, can't you? They left out the portion where he says, if this is my last season with the Astros. It's kind of hilarious what you can do to a comment when you just cut out a portion of the comment. I don't get why. I don't get why. And what I thought was interesting, there was a person on Twitter who got called out for using the comment, and they're like, yeah, we thought something was strange with the comment when we were making it. And someone's like, then why did you make the article? If you thought there was something fishy about it, then why did you do that? And that's a really good question that we don't know the answer to, and probably won't because clickbait. Again, I'm not sure if Correa is out the door. Maybe he is. Maybe I'm an idiot, and maybe it's his swan song with Houston. That being said, I really don't love the fact that they just completely... It wasn't even that they took the comment out of context, they just cut off a part of the comment, which is infuriating to me. Anyway, enough with that irritation. The Astros get a win. They win the series against the Royals, which I shouldn't be happy about, but I am. And we actually have an off day tomorrow, which is, given the recent stretch of Astros baseball, pretty nice that they have an off day. We'll come back Friday. We played the Texas Rangers in Texas, in Arlington. Of course it's in Texas, Weston. What are you talking about? We're going to send out Jake Odorizzi. They have not picked a pitcher yet, so we don't know the pitching matchup, but we know that we're going to send out Jake Odorizzi, who rolls in with a 4.52 ERA. And I'll be here Friday evening after that game. So that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Stros.